They have spent years, even decades, trying to dismantle Obamacare. With the 2026 midterm elections coming up, now the Republicans want to save Obamacare, the Affordable Health Care Act. What a twisted turn of fate here. Why are the MAGA Republicans so eager to want to save Obamacare? What's going on here? Why now? Tyrone Bowman Live, let's talk about it. According to Politico, a group of GOP MAGA senators are working on legislation to extend affordable health care subsidies, with policy changes designed to win over conservatives, according to four people granted anonymity to disclose private discussions. This group has gotten, quote, technical assistance, end quote, from the Senate Finance Committee, which has jurisdiction over the subsidies. According to two of the sources, the Obamacare subsidies are set to expire at the end of this year. Why now? Why is it that they have spent all this infighting within the Senate and in Congress, rallying against Obamacare and trying to dismantle it? Meanwhile, they've had the best health coverage in the world as elected officials for them and their family members. And now, as the midterm elections are on the horizon, now they want to try to save Obamacare. This group has gotten technical assistance from the Senate Finance Committee. Senator Tommy Tuberville, an Alabama Republican running for governor, said in an interview Monday he was, quote, part of that group that's working on the wing to make sure we do it right, end quote. I wouldn't trust Tommy Tuberville with a piece of cake to carry. And he wants to become the next governor of Alabama. You think I'm going to trust him? So you have to know a people's record. And what is their MO? Modus operandi. Why are you so eager now to try to champion the issues pertaining to men and women who need it the most? An expiration of the credits, he said, would hurt my state, Alabama. Well, you didn't care about Alabama when you were voting against it to take everything away from the Alabamians. You didn't care about Alabama when it came to helping the poor and the needy and the suffering. Now that you want to become governor of Alabama, now you want to have a heart. The deceit and hypocrisy that's involved in politics. The development comes as Democrats are mounting a huge push to make an extension of the enhanced tax credits necessary for them to support a bill that funds the government beyond September 30. Now the plot thickens. What's wrong with you Democrats? Why can't you all just wake up and see it for what it is? It's called political posturing. Just go ahead and win back the House and the Senate in the midterm elections, and you can do what you want to do. Stop begging these people. Stop bowing down to them. Have enough stamina to stand up for your constituency and fight for them. Win, lose, or draw, get in the fight. It also comes as a growing number of Republicans say failure to act on such an extension would be a political mistake heading into the midterms. Told you. Because they voted for the big, beautiful bill. And they think this is going to pacify the constituency to keep them in office. People are already pissed off and angry and upset all across the country. Their so-called town halls meetings have been disastrous. And now you want to play with their minds and try to pacify them going into the midterm elections. Y'all really want to rig them and steal them. That's what you want to do in every state, under the pretense of so-called safety in the cities, where you know the black voter turnout is going to be extremely high against y'all. Congressional Budget Scores estimates that millions of people would be forced to drop their health insurance plans as a result of higher premiums that could kick in as a result of letting the subsidies sunset. You already voted against it in the big, beautiful bill. And you know nothing good is going to come of this because the consensus of the Senate is not going to agree to it. And you know it. You just want to have something to say on the campaign trail. Well, we tried. I was willing. I'm on your side. 12 House Republicans have already joined with 7 Democrats on a bill that would extend the credits for 1 year, but not impose any new restrictions on who can take advantage of the subsidies. In contrast, the Senate bill, which is not being driven by leadership, appears to be in its early stages, according to 2 of the people aware of the effort. Senate Majority Leader John Thune, a Republican from South Dakota, would only say in a brief interview that he is aware of work within the conference on the GOP proposal to extend the subsidies, adding that there are a number of folks that are engaged in these conversations. No, you want to be able to say that the Democrats are the obstructionists and you all wanted to save Obamacare. You all never cared about Obamacare because you couldn't stand Obama and still can't stand him, and he's not even in office. What do you think, we're stupid? You people must really think we have dim, faded memories and that we don't pay attention to what's going on. Do you all really think that we're going to forget about how you treated Obama? You think we're going to forget how you treated Harris? Do you think we're going to forget about everything that's going on in this country as we head into the midterm elections? Are you crazy? We're not forgetting anything. It's not going to happen. It also remains unclear which GOP senator is spearheading this effort and which Republicans other than Tuberville are at the table, said Lisa Murkowski. And she's done. In an interview on Monday, she said she is aware of Tuberville's endeavor, but that she was working with a small group of Republicans to see if we can lay down something that is viewed as amenable to both Republicans and Democrats. I don't think we're going to be able to get a permanent extension. I don't think that's wise, she said. I'm looking to perhaps do some reforms to it, but I think it's something that we are going to be forced to deal with, to reckon with in my state. This is all about the midterm elections. Pay attention, people. Wake up. Don't let yourselves be duped. Don't you fall asleep. They hate the word woke. Wokeism is alive. Wokeism is real. Wokeism will never die. At the same time, Murkowski noted, if we put down something that works just for Republicans, you tell me how we're going to make this happen. Murkowski added, she has been working on the issue with Senator Jean Shaheen, a Democrat from New Hampshire, who authored the legislation that first boosted the credits in 2021. Sheehan also has been talking to Republican colleagues about where their party might be able to land on the issue, according to a person granted anonymity to share confidential conversations between lawmakers. She's also encouraged Republicans to work behind the scenes to build support inside their conference. See, if I were a politician, I would never work with Republicans. I mean, I would never work with them. I would give them the same venom that they spew out toward me, I'd spew it out toward them. And I tell my constituents why. I'm not going to sit down with people who don't like y'all, or who don't like me. I wouldn't even go to the commissary and have lunch with y'all. I'll eat lunch in my office from a brown paper bag before I trust the food that y'all prepare, because you might try to poison a brother. When you come from the hood, you'll never let your guard down. You keep it up. Instinct is powerful. Gut feelings are powerful. That's what's wrong with America. People are not paying attention to letting their guards down, to acting all whimsy and willy-nilly and like they're in la-la land. Pay attention. Among the floated ideas, including putting a new income cap on who can claim the bigger subsidies, while some outside groups are expected to push for language that will prohibit the tax credits from helping offset costs of infrastructure plans that cover abortions. It's not clear Democrats would accept terms and conditions for extending the tax credits. But Sheehan, in a statement, said any discussions across the aisles were a positive development. No, they're not. They're not going to go along with it. I'm glad that some of my Republican colleagues recognize the need to get something done to avoid the largest health care insurance premium price increase in 15 years. You all voted for it. Now you want to try to do something about it? You voted for it. You signed it into law already. If Senate Republicans fail to come to the table in a meaningful way, they'll have to explain to their they'll have to explain to their constituents why they took away a tool to make healthcare affordable for working families. Y'all are too late for that. Senator Finance Chair Mike Crapo, what a name, Republican from Idaho, also acknowledged in an interview that Republicans will likely need to address the issue. It's too late for that. Y'all have been playing games since the inauguration took place. And people are now going to forget about it. Y'all think you're going to go back to your home states next year and that people are now this is the caveat. Listen, you'll have to contend with finance members like Senator Ron Johnson, Republican for Wisconsin, who grappled on social media Monday evening that an extension would perpetuate fraudulent activity, sending billions of dollars to insurance companies for policies that people are unaware they're enrolled in and do not use, quote, close quote. Y'all are in bed with all the lobbyists, the corporate CEOs of insurance companies. Y'all all pals and friends together. You golf together, you eat together, and do some other things together. So don't think that people are going to forget and become sublimely blind and become oblivious to what you all have done to America in this country and to people everywhere. They haven't forgotten. They're not going to forget. They're going to remember. And you all know they're coming for you in the midterm elections. You're not going to pacify people this time. It's not going to work. You can get all the people to support, get the endorsement of everybody. Have them campaign for you all across the country. It doesn't matter. But they got those seats. Never surrender. Never quit. Somebody says you look like Nelson Mandela. I could never fill Mandela's shoes. Never surrender, never quit, y'all.